There are 42 Warden Gambits in the Lord of the Rings Online. That is probably one of the main reasons you do not play the class. Or, like many of us do, struggle to memorize all those combinations. But what if I told you there is a way to learn gambits that makes the whole thing much easier? And before you send me on a long hiking trip to Mount Doom, give me a couple of minutes and let me show you a system I built to help myself memorize them. Hopefully, it can help you too. Let's quickly review our gambit builders. Spear, shield, fist. Don't ask me why the fist icon looks like a screaming man, I have no idea. The LOTRO community usually refers to them as 1, 2 and 3. In that exact order: red, green, yellow. And ideally, that is exactly how they should sit on your quick slots. So, here is the system. The main idea behind it is that you don't have to learn every single gambit one by one, because they're built in sequences. Let's start with the fist gambits. The rule here is simple. Whenever your gambit starts with yellow, it applies a dot, damage over time effect to your target. There are 3.5 exceptions to this rule, but let's not worry about it just yet. Take a look at this single target sequence. All you really need to remember is this. If you start with yellow and mix it with red, you apply a light dot to one target. That's it. The more builders you add to the gambit, the more damage it does. Yes, there is a little nuance there, but again, not important right now. The same thing goes for this nice AoE sequence. Mix yellow with green, and now you're applying your light dot to multiple targets. More builders, more damage. Simple. The red spear gambit sequences work the same way. Mix red with green to deal massive damage to a single target. Mix red with yellow to smash multiple targets. The green shield gambits are more defensive, but the logic stays the same. Mix green with red to heal yourself. Mix green with yellow to buff yourself and help your fellowship a bit. And hey, look at that, you already know 24 gambits. Add the basic ones, double red, green and yellow, and now you're at 27 gambits. That is more than half, about 64% of all Warden Gambits. Not bad, huh? Yes, there are tiny exceptions and a couple of special cases, but those are gonna stick naturally while you play. And if needed, you can always look up the full Gambit list in-game or use this board, which is much more convenient, I believe. I'll leave a link in the description. But what about more complex gambits that include all 3 colors, you might ask? I say, don't you worry. Most of those are still built as sequences too. Take this little beauty for example. Yes, in the game lore it's not vampiric. Okay, it's this morale-ic, because you damage your opponent's morale by how awesome you are. But anyway, the effect of all 3 gambits is the same. You take part of the enemy's health and heal yourself. And as you may have already noticed, all 3 of these gambits share the same base: yellow, red, green. Then you just add another yellow and green and you're done. If you put in something else, you end up with fierce resolve anyway. Now look at this bleed sequence. Same story, just with a different color order. And in this case it is even easier, because you can just follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, red, green, yellow, and then 1 and 2 again. That's the whole sequence. On top of that, there are 2 short buff sequences with only 2 gambits in each, plus a couple of standalone gambits. Okay, 5 standalone gambits. So overall, what we actually have is 9 sequences, 5 standalone gambits. I'm not even counting the basic double red, green and yellow ones. This way, Warden Gambits stop looking like 42 random button combinations and start looking like a system, which is a lot less scary and slightly less traumatic. At least for me.